Pretty interesting things are happening in the gacha community. On the one side, we have Dawei, the CEO of Hoyoverse, crying on stage and blaming players that are criticizing Genshin Impact for developers not being competent, not fixing the issues that the players have with the game, blame the players for their bad mental state in the development crew. On the other hand, we have Solon Lee, CEO of Kuro Games, pretty much addressing the issues and fixing them instead of blaming the players for pointing the issues out. As a little quote here, I want to read it out loud, where Solon Lee was sitting down with a bunch of people in a room talking about operation strategies, shortcomings in development, and future plans for Kuro Games and Wuthering Waves. He got asked, what are your expectations for Wuthering Waves? He pretty much said, I think as long as you can survive, that's enough, right? Besides that, love yourself, along with the players, love the game, and love your own team. With these three principles, you will be able to run a long-term gaming business. Very beautiful message. Now, of course, we have very different community perceptions here. For example, we have dawei community on TikTok really loving him and protecting him, saying, we love dawei, we all say Unison. Thank you for improvement, dawei. Not sure what kind of improvement he is talking about. We see dawei, don't cry. Can some people just be grateful for once instead of complaining? We see another sane person here saying, after 4 years, huh? And then saying it's not his fault. We got all these freaking people now in one freaking pool. But I do think some of these Genshin players are literally brain dead and don't expect anything from their game, their favorite game, where they spend tons of hours in their real life time and spend so much money. You would expect at least something coming back from the development team in terms of rewards or quality of life. You see, Hoyoverse is making so much money. We always wonder, where does this money even go? Definitely not Genshin Impact. This is exactly my point. Some Genshin players will continue to act childish and say that Hoyoverse Genshin Impact doesn't listen to us when they're seriously trying their best. These are 100% people that don't play the game. These are casual people that never really followed the development process and are probably not even aware about the issues that the game has. And if you're new to this, let me explain real quick what is actually wrong. It's not really the Hoyoverse team, it is pretty much only the Genshin team. Just as a little example, the last time they fixed a character was 1.1, where they buffed Zhongli. This was the last and only time they ever fixed the character. And after Zhongli, we pretty much got very underperforming characters, a lot of clunky and bad characters that got never fixed or addressed or buffed in any way. We also never got quality of life that the other games had. You see, Star Rail came out way later after Genshin, and this game pretty much had everything that Genshin players always ask for. And then of course, what happens if the developers never listens to the feedback and the stuff that players actually want and never gives it to them? Of course, people are gonna burn out, people are gonna get mad, people are gonna get toxic, because gamers in the end just wanna play a good game. Players want to see improvement of their favorite game, and if this improvement is not there, that they've been asking for, that they've been frustrated about for years and years to come, then yeah, that's the outcome of this, and you're pretty much, in the eyes of the community, just not very competent. And funny enough, they even confirmed it by themselves, that they are not listening to the community, because in the news live stream, they set dawei down just to send a message to the player base, to the community, to the haters, that they are now reading feedback, and him acting like he is reading feedback from travelers. To be honest, this is quite a weird move, because they are now pretty much confirming what the community was always thinking, that they are not listening, and that they are listening now after 4 years. Now, of course, we got all these voices now coming together. Dawei cried, stop pressuring him. That's a multi-billionaire company. They don't need any pity regardless since. Because why the actual fuck are we babying dawei and don't start with yours? Genshin fans are ungrateful. That's not the point here. He's a grown-ass man. Yes, people are making fun of it, which is to be expected. What's gonna happen if you break down in front of a crowd as a billionaire? This is pretty much the outcome. Gamers want to see strong, competent people and address the things that they want to get fixed immediately. They don't want stupid excuses. It's just the reality we live in. And there's of course people pointing it out. For context, it's comparison between the attitude of Hoyo and Kuro's attitude. Hoyo is too dramatic and yapping useless stuff, while gaslighting the player that complain and try to harm the company's reputation, and faking that they don't know which player voice is true, which is very funny and very weird, to be honest, because on stage he pretty much was saying that they are now choosing the voices they are listening to. They don't want to listen to apparently criticism anymore. Then again, how the hell do you improve a game if you don't listen to negative feedback or criticism? Then of course we have Kuro Games in terms of responding when meeting fan dissatisfaction by directly addressing the issue and promise to work on these issues and fix it as ASAP. And yes, they have improved the story and they have also optimized the game non-stop since release. They're also known from PGR treating it the same way. But in the end, what matters is the perception of the community, and the player base about Genshin Impact is now very splitted. Also quite funny because I see comments saying it's not dawei's fault, it's someone else's fault. I love these people who look for someone to blame, when in the end it is a freaking company with over 5,000 employees, making billions of dollars. Why do we need to find somebody to blame when the whole development team is at fault? You can see it here. Why are some Genshin players babying Dawei, a literally grown man? Oh, it's Xiao Hao's fault for the stingy rewards from the last year. Now I just wanted to talk about this because I thought it was kind of funny. And with this, I wanna end the video here. I think it's amazing that we have now competing games with Genshin. Genshin as the monopoly was very bad, as you guys have realized by now. And the first time they now have a competitor, they finally just admit that they are at fault and start addressing the things that are actually wrong with the game, because the players are now getting less interested and they're looking for something else to play. I also want to say, don't spread too much hate about this. Genshin starts to now improve the game, apparently. We're gonna see if they actually keep up with this. It's gonna be rather interesting with 5.1 and 5.2 if they actually keep addressing the things that players want now in the game. This could have been a huge scam and hoax. They could lie to the people that they are now listening. After 5.0, maybe they will stop listening to the players again. I guess we're gonna see over time how this will turn out. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more gacha content, I would appreciate it if you subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.